Warning: this game contains transphobia, suicidal thoughts, and other attempts and other things. Hello everyone, and welcome to a visual novel called Another Day. Another Day contains some dark, emotional stuff. So, if you guys are sensitive to that, please don't put yourself through anything that could trigger you. Please take care of yourself, love yourself. Let's start another day. Go on. So we're getting some flashbacks here, I believe. Intriguing. I wonder what happened. Ugh. God, this headache. The pounding of my head, a sign that I've been asleep for way too long. It's essentially my alarm clock at this point. No matter how much I try to ignore it, the sharp pain gets worse and worse. I slowly get up and sit on the edge of my bed, the weight of the headache trying to bring me back into the soft mattress. I wonder if I have any more migraine medication. I reach out for an open pill bottle and shake it around. Thankfully, it makes a little bit of a sound, so there's at least a couple of pills left. Restless, I tilt the bottle and shake out the one pill I need. Its bright white form falls out into my hand. I stare at the little pill in my hand, and anxiety begins to swell up inside me. I should get some. Ah! With my free hand, I reach out to my forehead as the pain intensifies. There's no time to get water. There's no time to get water. I put the pill in my mouth and swallow. It slowly goes down my throat, leaving a nasty taste behind. Just when I think I'm going to throw it back up, my saliva helps it go down smoother. My body shakes, as if that would get rid of the taste of the medication. I close my eyes, trying to relax and ease the tension in my head. At first, the pain is unbearable, as if it's screeching for me. I need to open my eyes back up. However, only a few minutes pass before the pain is at I can do stuff without feeling like I'm going to throw up. Slowly, I open my eyes back up and take in my surroundings. Not sure what I expected, like my room would be magically clean. If it was, then that would be the first sign that I'm in a very lucid dream. Me doing something right in my life? Yeah, sure. I'll get around to it eventually. How many times have I said that? Ever since I got this place from... There's a painful twinge in my heart. Something that happens every time I try to remember Abula Riazita. Out of all her 10 grandchildren, she gave me her place. And this is what I do to say thanks. Make a complete mess out of it. Fuck. What did someone like me do to deserve her kindness? Why? Why am I such a shitty fucking person? I can feel my hand tremble as it grips on the fabric of my pants. For the next few minutes, I sit there on the edge of my bed, filled with this disgusting feeling welling up inside me. Then, nothing. Every time I try to process it all, I just shut down. I'm not doing anything, so why am I so tired? I want to go to bed. But if I do, I know I'll just wake up in a few hours at best. Then, I'll once again take some ibuprofen to ease the pain from my headache. After that, I'll feel awful about myself and want to go back to sleep. Rinse and repeat. I'm just stuck in the same vicious cycle with no sight and end. I breathe in a shaky breath and exhale. I'm done. I'm done waking up every day, feeling alone and unloved. Maybe if I wasn't here anymore, the pain would finally stop. Maybe the world would be a better place if I wasn't here. My blurred vision manages to make out my backpack. I'm overexerted I'm overexerted just getting up and walking towards it. The ounce of energy I had for the day wasted the moment I got out of bed. I snatch the bag and sling it over my shoulder. I'm done with feeling nothing. I'm tired of just repeating the same day over and over again, waking up with a headache, and when that finally goes away, realizing I'm alone. I'm a bother to everyone in my life, all of whom disconnected themselves from me. The ones who haven't, I ignore them even when they try to reach out to me, because guess what? I'm a piece of shit. I just want to. I want to disappear. Maybe if I did, everyone's lives would be better. My life would be better. All the numbness, poof, gone in an instant. I sulk my way out of the house into a place where I can be alone for one last time. Well, we're really gonna do this. We're ready to go right now. The walk from the apartment to the forest took about 15 minutes. Despite not having gone onto this forest in years, the path to it has been burned into my memory. Whether it was from my childhood home or from school, I always knew the way here. It's a place that has remained untouched by humanity. The air is fresh, clean of any pollution, unlike how it is in this city. I stop to stare at the sky above. The sun's rays are peeking through the thick forest covered by pure unadulterated nature. I close my eyes and take in a shaky breath of crisp air. Holding on to it as long as I can, it gives me the much needed warmth. Then I exhale. It's nice. Calming, even. To be in a place like this is calming. I'd almost forgotten what it felt like. Huh? Is that someone crying? So much for being alone. No matter. I readjust my bag over my shoulder and march on ahead. The leaves crunch under my feet. Hello? Is anyone there? I stop. The sound... That sounded like a kid. Are they here by themselves? Who would... No, it's not your problem, Sebastian. You need to ignore them. I take a couple of steps forward, but I stop again once their crying continues. What am I even doing? Am I really going to ignore them? But what good can I do? I don't know the first thing about confronting a crying child. I just end up standing there and being completely useless. Yet I find myself moving in the direction of the crying. As I navigate through the thicket of trees, the crying gets louder and louder. Then I see him. Them. It's a little kid who couldn't be older than 10. She's huddled next to a tree, hugging her knees as she cries. I awkwardly stand there twirling my thumbs, unsure of what to do. I'd be an awful parent. My voice comes out as a whisper. The girl looks up all teary-eyed. Oh shit, I got her attention! What do I do now? I shift restlessly from one foot to another, trying to come up with something to say. Who are you? I could ask you the same thing. I'm not supposed to talk to you. You're a stranger. Come on, kid. I'm just trying to be nice here. And you throw the stranger danger card at me? You're shaking. Are you okay, mister? I stuff my hands into my pocket and try to control the jitters running through my legs. I'm fine. If I calm down, maybe the kid will trust me more a bit. Kids like confident adults, right? I'm Sebastian. I take a few steps closer, wary of how she'll react. However, she just glances off into the distance. Just because you told me your name doesn't mean you're not a stranger. I'm not dumb. Where are your parents? At work. What about your friends? I don't really have any. That's not true. How can a kid with a cool hat like that not have any friends? I can see a smile break through on her face. Okay, progress. Can I sit here? I point to a clear spot in front of her, a few feet away, to give us both some space. Sure. I sit on the grass. For a moment we don't say anything. We just take in each other's company. Her eyes are red. How long has she been crying? All the boys at school like my hat. She lays with one of the cotton strings dangling from it. That's good. But the girls just say how stupid I look. They tell me that I look stupid and dirty. Kids can be the worst sometimes. Only boys dress like that. She mimics one of the bullies in a dumb, high-pitched voice. Why do you care so much about how I dress? Despite our giant age difference, I can't help but relate. I got bullied a lot too, for that. I get that. Really? Uh-huh. She bites on her bottom lip, holding back tears. Did people talk about you all the time? Yeah, they did. The negative comments came from my classmates. They called me weird and would whisper about me during lunch. Weird? They just called you weird? Bro, I'm sure they were calling you more than weird, but if somebody's just calling you weird, man, just like, I don't care. Why would you care if they're calling you weird? I'm weird. Everybody's weird. The worst about that, I knew they were talking about me because they'd glance my way and point at me. It was as if they wanted me to know that they were making fun of me. Yeah, that can be annoying. I would hate that. It's so annoying. Every day I hear the same stupid thing. They don't ever stop. Have you tried telling someone? She nods meekly. I told the teacher, but she didn't do anything. Teacher is spelled wrong. But it's Texer. I can't do it. Oh. Great response there, Sebastian. You really helped this kid out. I'm tired of it, so I ran away from school during recess. Oh. Oh shit! You should go back. No! What's the point if no one likes me? I feel awful going to school. I only go because my dad tells me I have to. I mean, yeah, it's the law. I just want to go away. Her words tug at my heartstrings. What do you mean by that? She can't possibly mean what I think she means. I've seen stories about her kids running away or worse. Like, if I disappeared, I would be a lot happier. There would be no more stupid girls making fun of me for how I look, or for me hanging out with the boys. Shit. She really wants to end her life. Sebastian, you have to do something. For once in your life, do something good. What about your boyfriends? I don't have any boyfriends, mister. Kissing is gross. True. Jesus Christ, Sebastian. You're talking to a little kid. Could you not have phrased that any worse? I meant your male friends. Didn't you just say you hung out with the boys at school? She nods. What do you guys do? Oh, a ton of stuff. Like Foursquare and wrestling on the playground after it just rained. They like that I don't care about getting dirty. Do they like anything else about you? They tell me I'm cool and stuff, 'cause I'm not like other girls in class. I'm not a jerk or stuck up. They like me for who I am. Do they make you happy? Yes, they make me really happy. Do you jump for joy every time you see them? Uh-huh. Then I think you should go back to school. You have people who make you happy and you shouldn't give that up. Good friends are rare to come by after all. But what if the girls start teasing me again? Stand up for yourself. Throw mud at them or something. Wait. A swell of panic arises in me. Did I really suggest to a little kid to use violence? Yes, you did. Oh, that's a great idea, mister. No! Don't do it! No, don't do that. I was kidding. Don't actually do that, please. But, don't. Fine. The little girl gets up, wiping away her tears. She sniffs up some snot that was coming out of her nose before giving me a bright smile. Thanks, mister. I'm going to. Uh-oh. The girl begins to look around frantically. It was just here. Where did it go? What? Where did it go? My paper crane. A sharp pain runs through my head. Tish. I hold my head in my hand, bracing for the worst, but the pain quickly subsides. What was that? Oh no, I made it for Abulia. I can't have lost it. A mixture of warmth and sadness courses through me. Abulia Rosita. I can't leave this kid hanging. Let me help you. A paper crane. Oh, where would a paper crane be? I didn't have to look too far. A couple of feet away, I see something white poking out of a small bush. I get down on my knees and stick in my hand it in. You guys really need to do some grammatical stuff because this ain't it. I get down to my knees and stick in my hand it in, pulling out the object. Now that I think about it, didn't I do something like this for Abulia Rosita? Yeah, I did. I made her a paper crane during art class. I looked through the origami book, and when my eyes landed on this, I knew I had to make it. Apparently, if you give 1,000 paper cranes to someone, they'll get better. Of course, I couldn't make 1,000 of them. I tried so hard, but every time I tried to fold this thing, I would mess it up. I ended up only coming out with one by the end of the class. It was better than nothing, right? When I showed up to the hospital with it, Abulia Rosita saw it and smiled. She hasn't smiled in a while. Still, if I did make all those cranes, would Abulia have gotten better? Would she still be here with me? Mister, are you okay? I turned around to see the girl, concern plastered on her face. Yeah, I'm fine. She nods. Seems like I'm still good at lying. Okay. Oh, you found it. Yeah. I take one last look at the paper crane before I hand it over to the little girl. Thank you, mister. Oh, it's nothing. Just be careful with it next time. Why do you have a paper crane? I made it for Abulia. She's in the hospital right now. My Abulia used to be in the hospital. Well, it was more like she lived there. But I'm not going to tell the kid that. I can't remember much of those times. All the good that my Abulia, I cannot say this, exuded, it was quickly washed away by all the pain she had to endure. The pain I felt just seeing her lying in that hospital bed. She acted like nothing was wrong, but I knew better. Did she get any better? No. Yeah. Now is not the time to instill negative thoughts into a kid. If I tell her Abulia Rosita got better, who knows, maybe she'll think hers will too. I heard that paper cranes mean good health, so I thought if I gave this to her, it would make her feel better. She will. I think so too. The kids look around, unsure what to do. What is it? I kinda don't know how to get out of here. I sorta ran in one direction. I sigh. Well, there goes my plan for today. I can't exactly leave this kid here alone in the woods and just hope they make it out of here. I know this place like the back of my hand. I'll help you guide you out. Really? Yep. The little kid tackles me, wrapping me in her arms. Oh, you're the best, mister. Oh, sure, it's honestly not a big... Anyway is spelled wrong. Let's get going. Okay. I walk through the forest with the little kid by my side. A short time later, we were back in the city with these weird mannequin-looking men. I know my way back to school from here. Good. Hey, mister? Yeah? What were you doing in the forest? Did you want to run away too? No, I just wanted to get out for a stroll, that's all. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you have a good day. Bye. She runs off, making sure to give me one last wave. I wave back, And as her little figure gets further and further away, the dread I felt earlier creeps back in. Well, the forest is a no-go. I can't risk bumping into someone again. What was I even thinking with the forest anyway? You need to correct that too. Did I really think no one else would be there? What was my plan anyway? To just sit there and hope for the best? Fuck. I really can't do anything right now, can I? I sigh. I'll just head home for the day and go to bed. Tomorrow will be my day. Today I'm going to the rooftop of an abandoned construction site. It's been abandoned for years, actually. For whatever reason, the city doesn't want to continue the project they had in mind, or redo everything to start something new. But hey, it works for me. So no one else will be here today. So today will be a lot easier. My steps echo through the stairwell into the unfinished building. Then, a bright light shines through the door's tiny window, signaling that I reach the top. I open the door, blinded by the sunlight. When my vision adjusts, my heart sinks. There's a tall figure at the edge of the rooftop. They're sitting on the very edge of the building. Are you fucking serious? Again? First time, sure. I'll chalk it up to a coincidence. Second time? Alright, someone is definitely fucking with me. Listen, God, if you're really out there, I'm trying to do everyone, including myself, a favor. Can you just let me do something right? I step forward to see who's here with me. It's a teenager. Their hair is wrapped up in a tight, albeit messy bun. They're clutching their skateboard close to their side with their left arm, as if for comfort. With their other hand, they're gripping tightly to a metallic fencing behind them. Might want to introduce yourself before coming up behind someone, especially if that person is sitting on the edge of a building. The teenager glances over their shoulder, giving me an annoyed look. I'm sorry, I didn't know someone else was going to be up here. Jeez, I managed to even annoy a stranger. Why are you up here? Did I really just ask that? Seriously, Sebastian? Isn't it obvious? To watch the view. Oh, well, never. What do you think? Never mind, it was a stupid question. Sorry. Huh? Why are you apologizing? I don't know. This is second nature for me. The teenager gives me a weird look. Okay. Is this really that weird of an interaction? What should I do? Should I go home? But what about this kid? I can't just leave them alone. What happens if they really jump? Would I really be okay with knowing I could have done nothing to stop them? I take a seat on the rooftop. You're just going to sit there? You're weird. I could have told you that. So? Since you're probably not gonna leave, let's try to make this less awkward. What's your name? Even though they're just asking a simple question, there's a sharpness to their voice. Sebastian. What about you? What's your name? Don't have one. What do you mean? You don't know. No, what do you mean you don't have a name? Come on. What do you mean by that? Well, I have a name, but I don't feel comfortable using it. It feels weird. How old are you? 13. Can I ask why? Why I'm up here is none of your business. I don't know why you care so much anyway. You don't know me. You should just go. You're wasting your time, Sebastian. I can't leave you here by yourself. But what can I do to stop them? Just sit here and hope that my presence deters them from jumping? Would I even try to grab their hand if they were to jump? Or would I just sit here like a lifeless dummy? What about you, huh? Why are you up here? I'm not sure if I want to tell them why I'm up here. I don't want to tell them that I want to stop all the pain I'm causing for everyone and myself. Tears begin to well up in my eyes as I think about how much of a bother I've been throughout my life. Would everyone be happy if I was gone? Hey, are you crying? I wipe away my tears. I'm fine. Don't worry. The teenager sighs, rubbing the back of their neck. Good job as always, me. Maybe this is why I don't have any friends. I shouldn't have asked why you're up here. It's none of my business. Sorry. It's not your fault. I asked you first anyway. They look off into the distance towards the once colorful sky. It used to be so beautiful, but now, as it's like the life got sucked out of it. I wonder how they see the world. Do they see any color? Yesterday was my birthday. I'm telling you why I'm up here. It started off nice. I was able to celebrate with my Abulia. Abulia. I think it's grandmother. Abulia. I feel like I just got punched in the gut. It's hard to hear the word without wanting to break down. Abulia Rosita. What were you thinking about in your last moments? Did you reflect back on your life and how your memory was clouded with the hospital? Were you disappointed when you saw I was the only one who came to visit you? Why couldn't someone who was worth a damn had visit you instead? Is that what you were wondering, Abulia Rosita? Shit, I can't do this right now. This kid's really pouring their heart out here. She hasn't been able to attend some of my birthday parties because of her health. At first it was a bad fall. I thought she would never recover from it, but she never did. I thought she would recover from it, but she never did. Her hands shake a lot, so life has gotten hard for her. She happened to be in the hospital on my birthday, so I went to visit her. I brought over a big cake, hoping that would cheer her up. I remember doing that back then. I never looked forward to my birthday. My parents would leave me an envelope with some cash in it, and that's it. I spend the rest of my day by myself, like it was any other day. Meanwhile, I hear about my classmates talk about their upcoming birthday party with so much excitement. I remember being so envious of them. But one year, I was able to visit Abulia Rosita in the hospital. During that brief time I spent with Abulia Rosita, I felt like I finally understood why my classmates got so excited about their birthdays. You know what she said? What? Me comere esta e maldito pastel si es lo último que hago. I'm going to eat this fuck cake if it's the last thing I do. Haha, seems like their Abulia had the same fighting spirit as my Abulia Rosita. They would have made great friends. I never heard her curse before, so I started laughing. In the end, she was only able to eat some of it on her own. I helped her the rest of the time. I didn't mind, though, helping her. Seeing her smile, it calmed me down. If you had such a good day, why are you here? It wasn't a good day. I haven't had a good day in forever. Every time I think once more my day is going to be fine, something happens to ruin it. When I got home, no one was there, which isn't unusual. My parents are always working to help pay for Abulia's hospital bills. I went into the bathroom and looked at myself in the mirror. I said, you know what? I'm going to bleach my hair. They twirl a strand of their bright, blind hair in between their fingers. I ran back out, got some cheap-ass bleach from the store and dyed it. I think I did a pretty good job, but something wasn't right about it. I just hated how it was. You cut your hair too? Yeah, I always wanted it short. I kept cutting and cutting until my hair was shoulder length. I felt like a weight was lifted off of me. I felt the same way when I first cut my hair. It was so liberating. Yeah, I felt so happy. Then my dad got home. I guess when he got home, he was calling for me, and I didn't respond. He came into the bathroom and saw me cutting my hair. He saw the giant mess I was making. My hair was like everywhere. It was on the floor, the sink, just everywhere. He asked me what the hell I was doing, and I just blurted out that I didn't want to look like a girl anymore. That I wanted to look like a boy instead. Their hand caressed their cheek. Then he hit me. I can't stop thinking about what he said. The hell is wrong with you? You can't play dress up and pretend to be a boy. But I wasn't playing dress up. Why can't I just change the way I look so I can be happy, huh? I hate everything about this stupid body. The teenager looks down at their chest. I hate having tits! They hug their knees desperately. Why do I have to be a girl? I don't like being a girl. But when I try to change the way I look to make myself happy, my dad flips out on me like I'm some kind of freak. I don't think you're a freak. Whatever. You're just saying that, probably. No, seriously. What you're going through is natural. What's so natural about it? It's called body dysphoria. Body dysphoria? That's where you get really bad anxiety about your body. It can be something like pimples, or your body shape, or, your chest. A lot of people experience it. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of personal questions? Shit, go right ahead. It'll be better than me crying my eyes out. Do you consider yourself a masculine girl? Oh, no, not really, I guess. Okay. Second question. Are you a boy? That's a weird question. I mean, I'm a girl. I have tits and Just because you have those things doesn't mean you aren't a boy. Let me phrase it differently then. Do you wish you were a boy? For a moment they think about it. Yeah, for a long time, I've never felt right in my body. When I was a kid, I was jealous of boys. I felt cheated in a weird way. I felt like I was supposed to be one of them. That I was supposed to be a boy instead of a girl. Is that weird? Not at all. I was supposed to have a boy's body when I was born too. What do you mean? You weren't born as a boy? I shake my head. I'm a transgender man. What? No offense, but I have no idea what that even is. I was a girl at birth, but now I'm a guy. Huh? Did you feel the same way I did? Confused and anxious? I nod. Yeah. I felt a lot of things. I was relieved. I was happy. And then I was scared. Scared why? I thought self-discovery is supposed to be a happy thing. It should be. You think the world would celebrate it and be happy that you're happy. That you're living as your true self. But that's not how it works sometimes. For example, my parents, they didn't get it. They believe that whatever God gave you at birth is what you're supposed to be. You try to change that, you're erasing the good. I find myself hugging my knees for support. I forgot how angry that crap they spouted it made me. I haven't felt that strongly about, anything in years. I cut my hair and started dressing more like a boy because that just felt right. I felt good the way I looked, but my parents hated it. It felt like I was being pulled into two different directions. Did I want to be happy, or did I want a family? Even if that meant I felt like shit for however long I kept on living. But you look like yourself now. Yeah. Yeah, I do. The teenager frowns. You don't look too happy about it. It's not easy to explain. Even if I like myself, how would society feel about me? What were my parents going to do when I start transitioning? What did your parents do when you start to transition? They kicked me out of the house for a couple of months. This was right after when I got back from taking my abuela to the hospital for a checkup. At my most vulnerable, they fucking knew what they were doing. I was lucky my abuela took me in. But what if I didn't have her? And now that I don't have her, I shudder. No, Sebastian, this isn't about you. You're supposed to help this kid. Keep your shit to yourself. I guess you can consider me one of the lucky ones. I'm not very good at comforting, am I? So you were saying my parents would hate me for the rest of my life if I came out to them? I shrug. I don't know. Everything I said is a possibility for someone in my shoes. That's all. The teenager nods, taking in all the information I'm throwing at them. Do you regret it? Coming out as transgender, being who you're supposed to be? No. Even if I was in some weird Groundhog Day loop and was forced to relive my entire transition, I make the same choices every time. Okay. The teen is taking everything in. There's nothing wrong with you or the way you're feeling. Go ahead and be who you're destined to be. I scoot closer to the railing and grip the cold metal bars. I promise you'll see the world of difference if you stay true to yourself. The teenager carefully gets on their feet. They look down at the street below, and my heart suddenly starts racing. My grip tightens, and I'm about to hop up on my feet until I see him climb over to my side of the railing, away from the edge. You know, I thought you were going to be some nosy adult, and I was right about that. Well, geez, thanks. But you're a good guy, Sebastian, and I'm going to think about what you said. The teen sits down next to me. That's when I noticed their skateboard. It was hard to tell earlier, but it's decorated with space stickers. It feels like I've just had my head slammed against the wall. Seriously, what the hell is going on? You okay? Yeah, my head has been acting funny since yesterday. That's nothing. I point to their skateboard to change the subject. You're a fan of space? Yeah, I love it. They look up towards the sky. What I love the most about it is that it's limitless. No rules or expectations. It's just a free, open space that's begging to be explored. Who knows? Maybe I'll meet a bunch of kick-ass aliens and decide to stay up there. Do you want to go to space, Sebastian? Yeah. Well, I used to. Now, I don't think it's possible. I've been in and out of school, so it's been hard to get a master's in engineering. Racked up hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt so far, and I have nothing to show for it. All because I couldn't get out of bed. Without that degree, I can kiss that dream goodbye. Let's make a promise. Where's this coming from? A promise? Me and you are gonna go up to space together. Don't know if we'll find anything cool up there, like an alien civilization, but it'll be fun to be up there with someone. They put their hand out. Well, I look at it, hesitant. Will I ever be able to go up to space? I'm almost 30, without a degree. I can't become an astronaut. How long will it take to get my degree at the rate I'm going at? I keep going in and out of school. By the time I get it, I'll just end up being too old to be qualified as an astronaut. All that effort, time, money wasted. Once again, I just fail. Suddenly, the boy in front of me grips my hand and firmly shakes it. Hey! What? You were taking too long. The teen hops up to their feet. Well, it's a deal then. You and I are going to space together someday. We didn't shake on it. We did, though. You were just being slow, so I had to help you out. They grin. Thanks for today, Sebastian. Let's head on down together. Okay! Slowly, I rise to my feet and follow the teen downstairs. Back to this street once again. This couple over here be walking still. This lady be out still. Well, I guess this is where we say goodbye. See ya, Sebastian. Bye. They never told me what they would like to be called. Kid? The teenager chuckles. They push off on their skateboard and melts into the ground? What? They melted? What? I doubt they did. It's something else. I hope everything goes alright for him. He seemed like a good kid. A little smartass, but a good kid. I check my phone. Well, my plans for today have once again been shot, and I'm not really tired yet, so my stomach rumbles for the 5th time today. I should eat something, but what? All I have in my kitchen is ramen, and enough stuff to make a basic sandwich. But I'm so tired of that stuff. I wonder if that sushi place is still open. Yes! Yes, it is! Go get some sushi! Go get some sushi! This is the first thing that I'm gonna be like, yeah, you do that. You go get that sushi. I can't even remember the last time I've been there. I walk in the direction of the once forgotten sushi, a little pep in my step, eager to eat for the first time in a while. Yes! Get that sushi! I lasted a week this time before the numbness came back. Or maybe it was a month. I can't keep track anymore. Once again, I head up the stairs to the rooftop of the abandoned building. My footsteps echo throughout the dark stairwell. A part of me wishes that there's still other life than me here. It's just a dreary atmosphere. I take my time getting up there, though I'm not sure why. I feel like there are weights attached to my feet in each step I climb, and they just get heavier and heavier. Eventually I reach the top. My shaky hand hovers toward a silver doorknob. Why am I shaking? Have I always been this shaky? My hand grips the doorknob, which gives it enough support to stop shaking for the most part. I turn the doorknob, and the door creaks open, the light from the outside blinding me yet again. As my vision slowly adjusts, I notice a blurb of a person a few feet in front of me. There's another lone figure right on the other side of the fencing, just like the teenager from yesterday. Yesterday? Wait a minute, I thought you said it was like a month or a week. Yesterday? They were standing on the edge, looking down at the street below. Their short hair ruffles in the wind, but it didn't seem to faze them. Then my vision finally adjusts. A hospital patient. The person only a few feet in front of me turns around, revealing themselves. It's a young boy, his face completely devoid of any emotion. He just looks numb. However, there's something more concerning about him. He's in a hospital gown and his arms. A drop of sweat runs down my forehead. There are bandages on his arms. I freeze completely. Oh, you're not from the hospital. His tone is empty, as if there's no energy left in his body. My heart is racing. No, not this again. You look like you've seen a ghost. He chuckles half-heartedly. I fall to my knees and look down at my own arms, covered by my hoodie sleeves. No matter how much I try to cover them, I feel the wounds. There's nothing but scars now, scars that I deserve. He bears the same scars that I did when I was 12 years old. Why? Because I'm tired. Isn't that why you're up here too? Every day is the same thing. I come home from school and you think, hey, maybe my parents will notice I'm not okay. Did you ever go and see the counselor? I finally managed to get a couple of sentences out. Plenty of times. But it wasn't because I wanted to. So she called you into her office? Yeah, she did. This is all too familiar. The same exact thing happened to me. She would tell me how my grades were dropping and how I sat by myself at lunch. Hell, she even noticed I was wearing long-sleeve shirts, even when it was hot as hell outside. Your arms? I cut myself to cope. Is that what you call it? Coping? What do you mean? Cutting, it doesn't do anything. Apparently not, huh? So the counselor grabbed my arm and rolled up my sleeves despite me saying I wasn't comfortable showing her my arms. She had to. She had to? If she didn't, then no one would have known just how much you were hurting. I remember being angry at the time, but now I kinda appreciate. It doesn't matter if she was intending to help me. I didn't ask her to do it. If she didn't do it, it wouldn't have gotten worse. She told my parents. She thought they would be supportive and help me through this. She thought they were good people. Instead, my parents of my parents telling me that I was going to be okay, they yelled at me. My dad told me how it was an embarrassment, and I am. How I'm. Wait. My dad told me I'm an embarrassment, I am, and that he should have never let me back into his home. My mom, she can't even bear to look at me anymore. It's as if I'm some kind of monster. He looks down at his hands. I guess I am. The boy turns around, looking back at the view of the city. They weren't concerned about the fact I wore hoodies or long sleeves every day, even in the summer. Oh, but they cared about my grades because those were yet another thing to show just how much of a failure I am. I'm so tired. I'm tired of telling my parents that I'm just trying to be who I was supposed to be from the start. I just want the scars to stop growing. So I grabbed a bunch of pills from the bathroom closet and downed them. I can't even tell you what I ingested. I just took what was there. I remember falling into the cold bathroom floor and blacking out. I thought maybe I finally did it, that I finally did something right. He grips his other hand. I woke up in the hospital. The nurse taking care of me ran out of the room yelling for a doctor. They said a ton of stuff to me, but it all came out as gibberish. All I could focus on was that I was still alive, and I failed. I want to run and hug this kid, pull him off the ledge and tell him it's going to be okay. But my body won't let me move. It's like I'm stuck in place. I'm completely useless. Please. All I can do is watch. And you know what's even worse? I made my bullet cry. His voice is cracking. She's the one person who visited me, and all she could do was cry. She whispered under her breath, ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué hizo todo esto? Why? Why did you do this? She kept crying and crying and crying for what felt like hours. She should be worrying about herself and her health, not me. I caused the only person that I had left in this world so much pain. And I couldn't even look to her as she wept. All I could do was look out the window. Please stop. I don't deserve to live. Please stop saying stuff like that. You need to keep on living. Please don't jump. My tears fall from my face and hit the floor of the rooftop, creating small dark puddles. For a moment, I can see the boy shiver. Please keep on living. Keep on living. The boy digs into his gown pockets and pulls out something small. It's a paper crane. It looks old, judging from the wear and tear. It looks familiar, but I don't know why. He admires it and holds it up in the sky. Then he puts it on a pitiful smile and holds the small piece of origami close to his chest. You think I can get better? Is that why you gave me this? He lets out a shaky breath. I'm going to try. The boy carefully climbs over the fence to safety. He can't seem to take his eyes off the edge. He shuffles over to me, giving me one look over before walking past me towards the stairwell. When I hear the door shut behind me, I can start to feel my body relax. I gather myself for the next few minutes, waiting for a loud banging of my heart to calm down. The dark clouds in my head clear. I look down at my arms. I can still remember the bandages wrapped tightly around them. I remember getting them in the hospital. I remember looking as dead as he did. Those days, the worst days of my life. Stuck in an endless loop where my collection of scars kept growing and growing. The pain kept getting worse and worse until I finally felt nothing. And when I finally took the step to end my life, what happened? I woke up in the hospital with Abuela Rosita crying. For all the pain her disease caused it, she didn't even cry once. But it was me who finally made her shed a tear. I'm such a piece of shit. Why did that boy turn around? Did the paper crane give him a reason to keep on living? He turned back, but why? What about the paper crane made him turn back? A wave of exhaustion hit me. It doesn't matter. I just want to go back to sleep. Tomorrow. Tomorrow will be my day. No, it won't. 'Cause somebody is gonna forfeit. Today's the day. There's no one else here but me today. I guess it's time. You know, I thought I wanted this. In the forest, I want to be alone. On the rooftop, I want to be alone. But it was nice having someone else to talk to. I managed to help all those people but myself, huh? It's kind of sad if you think about it. I walk over to the edge and climb over the fencing. Alone once again, I look down at the street below. How high up am I? 40, 50 feet? Putting numbers in my head makes me feel queasy. If I jump, I'll be free. I'll be free from all the pain I feel every day. I'll be free from the fact that I have no one else left in the world. Who knows? Maybe I'll finally see Abulia Rosita again. Would she welcome me to heaven with her open arms? Would she forgive me? Would she understand why I did what I did? Maybe there isn't a heaven. Maybe it's just darkness, a lonely abyss, where I'll wander for the rest of my days. It wouldn't be any different from how it is now, would it? I close my eyes and take a shaky breath. Wait, mister! I'm going to be free. I'm going to be free. I'm going to be free! I lift my roof foot ahead. Wait, I lift my roof foot. I lift my foot ahead to the air before me. I feel like there could be a different way to restructure that sentence. I'm going to be free. Suddenly, I'm brought backwards, and my back hits the metal fencing hard. I open my eyes and turn around to see. The hell are you doing? Everybody's here. It's the whole gang. Yo, what's up? What? How did you three meet? The hell are you doing? Were you gonna hurt yourself? The boy in the hospital again. Alan digs into his pocket for something. It's a paper crane. She gave this to you, remember? What are you talking about? Abulia Rosita? She gave us this in the hospital after you woke up from your suicide attempt. Huh? Remember back to that day, Sebastian. I know you didn't want to, but you have to. That day, the worst day of my life. It was about 11 years ago on April 23rd. I remember waking up in a warm hospital bed after taking a bunch of pills. By my side was Abulia Rosita. She ran as quickly as someone could with her condition and hugged me. I couldn't even muster the strength to hug her back, so I laid there as she cried her eyes out. Por qué, why did you do this? I couldn't answer her. How could I tell her about all the years of pain I had held inside right then and there? It just wasn't possible. She squeezed my hand as tightly as she could. Mi nieto, my grandson. That's what caught my attention. I looked away from the window and looked at her, eyes wide. No, she couldn't have. I must have misheard, right? She must have said mi nieta, right? Huh? Que dijo Abulia Rosita? What did you say, Grandma Rosita? She digs in her purse for something. She pulls out a small paper crane. I remember making that for her when I was 10. Around the time I made it, she was in and out of the hospital. I thought that if I made her a paper crane, she would get better. After all, they're a sign of good health. Te quiero mucho, Sebastian. I love you so much, Sebastian. She used my name. Por favor, sigue viviendo. Please, keep living. She whispered softly to me before placing a small paper crane in my hand. She was the only person to love and accept me for who I was. She wanted me to live. Do you remember now? I nod, my vision growing blurry. Come on, get over here. All three of them were helping me over the railing. So this is, like, versions of myself? All of these people are versions of me? It's too much. It won't stop welling up. I can't hold it back. And I cry until I crumple onto the ground with the origami crane in my limp hand. That's to let it all out. I let out all the pain I've held inside for 20 plus years. You found a reason to keep going 19 years ago. You had friends at school you loved. You found a reason 14 years ago you promised yourself you'd go to space. You found a reason 11 years ago. It was that paper crane that Abulia Rosita gave to you. She'd be so proud of you now. She always was. No matter what, you found a reason to keep going. Who's to say I won't just find myself up here tomorrow or the next day? I'm tired of waking up every day alone and feeling nothing. I have no friends and my family hates me. Abulia Rosita was the only person who ever cared about me and she's gone. I have no one. Have you reached out to anyone since Abulia Rosita passed? There are so many people out there who'd love to know you. You need to realize you're worthy of support. I'm scared. It's okay to be scared. You were your own support system for so long. You won't say it to yourself, so I'll do it for you. You deserve better, Sebastian. Not everyone is like your family, or those dumb kids at school. There are people out there who love you no matter what. It got better for us. You're so much better than I could have dreamed of. I promise you. It'll keep getting better. Are there people who will accept me for the broken mess I am? Looking back into the faces of my past, I never realized how far I've come. I can't help but respect these kids, respect myself, as strange as it feels, for going through it alone. Keep living, Sebastian. One day you'll look back on yourself and be so, so proud. Then, they disappear. I'm not going to even lie. A couple of days after that, I stayed in my bed, unsure of what to do. Who could I reach out to? I couldn't reach out to other family members at the time. I mean, what would I even say to them? Hey, I just tried killing myself, want to hang out? I had no insurance, no viable income, so therapy wasn't an option either. It all felt hopeless, until I came upon a support group made for the LGBTQIA+ community. Heck yes. Get in that support group. I didn't even know these exist. I was free, and at least twice a week people would meet up and talk about their feelings and eat pizza. Sounded like a nice place. So I didn't leave it for another day for once. I've been there for almost a year now. How have you been doing, Sebastian? I've been okay. I finally started seeing a therapist. That's great. I know you've been saving up for that. Yeah, I mean, I'm only working part-time right now, but listen, with everything you got going on, it's perfectly fine. You're starting to get your degree in engineering, going to the gym, working a part-time job. All things considered, you're practically a modern-day superhero. I don't know about that. When's the last time I felt this lighthearted? God, probably when I celebrate my birthday with Abulia Rosita. It's been so long since then. Have you made any plans with your cousins? I rubbed the back of my neck and shrugged. Sorta. I asked Ava if she wanted to hang out this weekend. I know I shouldn't, but I felt bad for asking. I don't want her to think she is obligated to. Nonsense. You're everything but a burden, dude. A member of a circle pipes up. I know. It's just hard to get over that. Maybe that's something you can talk to your therapist about. I nod. Yeah. I finish up summarizing my week before we move on to the next person in the group. I feel like I haven't made a ton of progress in a year. I still have days where I can't get out of bed and I struggle to take a shower. But they're becoming less and less frequent now. But I know how monumental these little steps would have felt when I was younger. Abuela Rosita loved every version of me, so I tried every day to love myself too, even if I'm not where I want to be yet. So I put the paper crane that she gave me on my nightstand. To some, it's just a small piece of origami, but to me, it's what gives me hope that one day I can look back and be proud of how far I've come. Maybe it won't get better tomorrow or the day after, but as long as I keep marching on, no matter how hard it gets, I will live to see that day. Dang. That was emotional. I was almost crying. I was on the brink of tears near the end of that. Like, the grammar could be looked at. Game-wise, grammar. Music was okay. It was casual music, so I liked it. Really brought the story along. And I feel like there could have been another place to go to. We went to the rooftop twice. I feel like maybe there could have been another place you could have thought of going, or that's just my opinion. If anybody's struggling with this stuff or going through it alone, just know that there are places and there are people out there more than you could ever imagine, and there's people who will support you no matter who you are or who you want to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this visual novel and maybe have taken something from this, maybe some hope or some perspective that you never knew was there, or some time to process what this game has to talk about and see how it affects you, maybe. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.